Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University.
Welcome to Chaitanya Studios of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University. I, Professor Amit Suthar from Department of Computer Science, Ganpati University, would like to discuss the various web application tools. So, today we are going to use the application inspection tools. In that, these are my outline for today's session: learning objective, introduction, application inspection tools. In previous lecture series, we have discussed regarding ZAP tool, Z attack proxy. Now, this is the learning objective of this particular unit. After studying this unit, students should be able to identify different kinds of web vulnerabilities using various tools, web app tools for inspection like ZAP, SQLMap, etc. So, in this session, it covers tools that assist with manual analysis of and interaction with web application. In this section, we care more about how the web application handles cookie value, or it responds to different values for URL parameter, or what kind of data it accepts from a form submission. So, in previous session we have already discussed the some basic introduction regarding SQLMap. Now, I would like to introduce here how to use the SQLMap. So, once you identify that URL is vulnerable for SQL injection and it is exploitable, the further steps to discover the database. How can we say that the particular URL is vulnerable? By entering the single quote mark in your URL at the end of the URL, you will get some error or exception, and through that we are getting, or we are ensuring that the particular escape character is not handled properly. That's why we are saying that it is exploitable. Now, by entering the command in terminal python sqlmap.py-u and provide that particular URL, you will get some basic information regarding database version, operating system, and web version, web server also. So, we can sure that it is a vulnerable. Now, this is the next step. Here you can see that particular command for finding the or discover the database using --dbs option in SQLMap. So, in screen you can see there is a command python sqlmap.py-u and my vulnerable URL, okay, and at last I have provided --dbs parameter. So, through that we are able to discover the database of that particular website or web application. After getting the list of database, actually you will get the entire database list. So, pen tester or hacker or attacker, they are getting now the database, okay, database list actually. After finding the or after discovering the database list, the attacker is going to attack particular database. How? You can see in screen there is a command, okay. So after getting the list of database, you can find the list of tables reside in particular databases. So the dash dash tables is the option is used to get the list of tables inside specified database using dash D option. So by observing this highlighted command over here, a Python SQLMap.py -u, then there is some vulnerable URL, and after that there is a parameter dash dash tables, then dash D option for a specified database, whatever finding by the previous command, okay. So in previous command we are getting the database list. Inside database we are now finding the tables, okay. So through that we will get the list of tables reside in particular mentioned database by dash D option. So you can observe in this slide dash D, after dash D there is DB sample, okay. So dash D, DB sample is my targeted database. By entering this command, we will get the list of tables. Now, after executing this command, you will find the list of tables inside DB sample database, okay. Now, it's time to get the columns. Firstly, we have discovered various database, then after discovers various tables on specified database, then after we are now going to attack or we are find or exploit a particular table. So we are finding now a specific columns, okay. So you can observe this command. Actually now it's time to get the columns of a table named users, because we have finding the list of various tables. Now we are going to attack on particular table, okay. So for example, in our case we are attacked on particular users table on DB sample database, okay. So DB sample is my database name and users is my specified tables. So by observing this command, you will get the columns list, okay. So Python SQLMap.py -u, then after vulnerable URL, then dash dash columns. Dash dash columns is appropriate parameter for retrieving the list of columns available in users table in our case, and dash D, that is my DB sample, and dash T, actually dash T is option, just like dash D is used for database, same way dash T is used for tables. So dash D is DB sample, dash T users is table, okay. So by entering this command, you will get the list of columns inside users table. Finally, we are getting the columns. So finally get the data from table using dash dash dump option. by getting columns, ultimately we are getting the data. Okay. So, you can see the highlighted command over here, python SQLMap.py -u, then your vulnerable URL --dump is the option for getting the data, okay, from a specific database, specific tables. So, --dump will retrieve the entire user's data. Now, next inspection tool is the DVWA. Again, I would like to inform you that this is only a specific education purpose only. So, use carefully DVWA. Okay. So, DVWA actually it is a one kind of a platform, or we can say it's a one kind of a web application which is helps to perform the several threat attack on particular SQL injection or XSS attack, or such kind of attacks can be performed through the DVWA. So, DVWA is a PHP MySQL web application. It is a combination of PHP and MySQL. So, firstly you must have to aware with the PHP as well as MySQL. For that you have to enter the various tools like XAMPP or WAMP or LAMP, whatever your requirement, and through that you are able to install DVWA application, DEM vulnerable web application. So, the main goal are to be an aid for the security professional to test their skill. Actually, we are not going to directly attack on particular website or in the market or in particular web application or website, because it is illegal activity and might be possible you will get punished by the cybersecurity cell, okay, cybercrime cell. So, there is a one local application, and through that application professional or learner or teacher or students can get the practice on this particular web application, that is DVWA. So, to test their skills and tools in legal environment, help web developers better understand the process of securing web application, and aid the teachers or students to teach or learn web application security in the classroom environment. So, I would like to recommend that firstly use DVWA, then after perform professional activity or perform the specific finding the web vulnerable application. Okay. So, firstly you have to perform your skill in DVWA application. So, before starting it must be ensured that the testing of DVWA should be done on an isolated host with either VMware or VirtualBox separated by a host only connection, because might be possible your system get compromised if you are performing this DVWA application in directly your machine. So, we must have to provide the constrained environment for performing such kind of web vulnerable application. Okay. So, through the VMware or VirtualBox you can create your own constrained environment, and then after install this DVWA inside this environment. So basically non-vulnerabilities which DVWA contains as follows, like brute force. So basically what is brute force? HTTP form brute force login page used to test password brute force tools and shows the insecurity of weak password. So through the brute force attack you can perform, and also you will get the knowledge regarding the particular weak password or insecure environment for this activity. Command execution, so it execute the commands on the underlying operating system. Then after CSRF, cross-site request forgery. So CSRF attack can be done in DVWA. So user or learner or teacher or professional can perform their skill to attack this CSRF activity or attack, we can say. So it enables an attacker to change the application admin password. Then after file inclusion, so it allows an attacker to include remote or local files into the web application. So such kind of attack can be done through the DVWA. If you are performing such kind of attack on direct live website or live web application, at that time might be possible you will get punished. Okay, so it is a very good application for performing to such kind of attack in constrained environment. SQL injection is also available in DVWA. So it enables an attacker to inject SQL statements into an HTTP form input box. So DVWA include blind and error based SQL injection. Both can be performed in DVWA SQL injection threat. Insecure file upload. So sometime attacker can upload malicious code or malicious file on the web server, and through that the web server might get compromised. So you can also perform such kind of attack through the DVWA application. XSS attack, we can say cross-site scripting. So an attacker can inject their own script. For example, I would like to enter 1 million times of alert box into particular web application. So if it is not properly handled, then XSS attack can be performed by creating your own script or modified script. So an attacker can inject their own script into the web application or database. So DVWA include reflected or stored XSS attack also. So reflected attack can be performed as well as stored. Stored, that means it's available into the database. Okay. So stored XSS attack is also performed through this DVWA application, and you will get the knowledge regarding XSS attack. Easter egg, so full path disclosure, authentication, bypass and some others. Okay. So such kind of attacks also can be performed in Easter eggs. So by looking this snapshot, you will actually it is a web application. So it execute in your web browser. By entering your IP or localhost, you can get the welcome screen in your computer. Okay. After installing DVWA application in, again I would like to say that it must be in constrained environment otherwise might get your computer system get compromised. So, use it in restricted environment. So, by entering dvwa/login.php, you will get this such kind of screen. Inside this, the default username and password for DVWA is username is admin and password is password in small letters. After that, you have to enter such kind of credential, admin and password as username and password accordingly and click on login. So, you will get such kind of screen. It is a welcome screen in your DVWA application. So, firstly you have to, if you are a learner or fresher in DVWA, then firstly change the security level, DVWA security level from high to low. So, you must have to provide the DVWA security as mentioned in one number, okay, as in sidebar you can see DVWA security. Then after provide the security level at low, select the particular low level and click on submit. The third step is click on submit. So, the entire DVWA is configured based on your this security level. So, the low is very vulnerable items or vulnerable things can be done for the fresher. Okay. So, you must have to change that level according to your skill. So, I would like to suggest that firstly if you are fresher, then select low level and submit. Then after, the next inspection tool is WebGoat. Okay. WebGoat is a deliberately insecure web application maintained by OWASP, designed to teach web application security lesson. It is same as like DVWA. Again, through the WebGoat you will get the insecure web application, and it is managed by the OWASP project. It includes numerous exercises for topics ranging from injection flows over XSS attack, cross-site scripting attack to DOS and many more. Okay. Denial of service and many more. So, this is my WebGoat screenshot, and it is again run in your web browser. So, you have to enter the credential regarding your WebGoat application inspection tools. So, firstly you have to enter the guest as your username and guest as your password, which is provided by the WebGoat by default. So, you can see the screen in table there is account, user and password. So, WebGoat user, that is guest, and password is also get. If you would like to perform the admin credential, then you must have to enter the WebGoat as a username and WebGoat as a password. So, you will get the admin credential of that particular WebGoat application. So, this is a WebGoat screen where if you are login with a guest account. Okay. So, again I would like to say it is perform the several attacks, XSS attack or SQL injection. Okay. So, through that attack you will perform your skill and enhance your skill through the DVWA as well as WebGoat is the application. So, I would like to conclude over here for this particular session. Thank you very much.